Hi, my name is Emily and I'm back with this week's news. Finnish game developer Rovio has announced the next game, Bad Piggies, turning the tables on the usual setup of birds being slung against evil pigs and instead having you control the pigs. The game will be launched on iOS, Android and Mac on September 27th. Windows Phone, Windows 8 and PC versions will then follow. And likely there are plans for even more Bad Piggy things if all goes well. There was a lot of news coming out of the Ubisoft Digital Days in Paris this week. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. A new digital Call of Juarez release, dubbed Call of Juarez Gunslinger. The game is described as a journey to the Old West, where you as a bounty hunter will face the mammoth task of taking down Billy the Kid, Pat Garrett and Jess James. Thunderwolves is a new helicopter game, where you'll be able to play cooperatively with one player playing as the pilot and the other as the gunner. There will be a total of 8 choppers for you to master, and lots of offensive and defensive equipment for you to choose from. Ubisoft Montreal have announced a new free-to-play project called The Mighty Quest for Epic Loot. Focusing on character customization, showboating and naturally lots of loot, the game will be released on PC. An interesting twist is that players will create and deck out castles that other players can then try to loot. Ubisoft have announced that the popular Trials Evolution is getting a release on PC as Trials Evolution Gold Edition in early 2013. In total, the game will contain more than 120 tracks, skill games and multiplayer levels. But there's more Trials news, as the Xbox Live Arcade release is getting expanded with the Origin of Pain DLC. That comes with 36 new tracks, lots of new objects for the editor and a BMX bike, all for the price of 400 Microsoft points, and is coming out in the end of September. Joe Danger 2 the movie is set to be released out into the wild on September 14th and will set you back 1200 Microsoft points. The game that puts you in control of the world's most determined stuntman and drops you into a variety of bizarre and desperate scenarios. Joe Danger 2 will have you skiing, dinosaur dodging and much more. Video product distributors, the supplier for Amazon and others, have listed a Nintendo Wii U with a November 11th release date and a $249.99 price tag. The date is supposedly for the North American release, and if it happens then, Nintendo will have beaten their self-imposed deadline of shipping before the lucrative Thanksgiving weekend. No word on a European release yet, but recent speculation puts it in December. That was this week's news. See you next week.